Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, this is Go Speak Serbian channel and we are dedicated to teaching you everything about the Serbian language and culture. Today we are diving into some really exciting grammar that all Serbian language learners will find very helpful. In this video, we are going to explore time phrases that we get a lot of questions about from our students and followers. Specifically, we will show you time phrases we use to express how long an action lasts or lasted. The logic of these time phrases in Serbian is different from what we see in English and many other languages, and getting them right will definitely make your Serbian sound more natural and fluent. I'll be giving you plenty of examples along the way, so you'll get a feel for how these phrases work in different contexts. But before we get started, if you're finding our content helpful and want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon. This way you won't miss any of our language tips and tutorials. Let's jump in and start mastering those time phrases. Let's start at the beginning and look at these time phrases that you can hear quite often in Serbian. For example, putovao sam 5 dana, bio sam tamo 2 minuta. Both examples express the duration of the action and answer the question koliko dugo. As you can see, in English we had to use for in these sentences. However, in Serbian, you don't have to use a preposition in these phrases. Of course, you don't always have to use determinants such as minutes or days to express the duration. You can also say something like bio sam tamo celo leto. While there are phrases without prepositions that we use to express duration, like the ones I've just showed you, there are also phrases with prepositions that help us express different time contexts. And the first preposition I'm going to talk about is the preposition za. Za is a very common preposition in the context of time in the Serbian language. It can express time that should pass before something happens. For example, stižem kući za 5 minuta. This phrase answers the question kada stižeš kući. Za can also be used to express time it takes to finish something. For example, pročitao sam knjigu za 3 dana. This type of phrase can only be used with perfective verbs. These are the verbs that mark the action that has already been done. And it answers the question za koliko si pročitao knjigu. The second common preposition used in the context of time is na. Na can be used to indicate the duration of the action or the period during which something happens. This is usually a temporary window of time in which the action lasts. That's why this preposition is commonly used with verbs like svratiti ili navratiti or skoknuti. So these are the verbs that express the shortness of the action. For example, we can say svratit ću samo na minut. Moram da idem na posao. So both the meaning of the verb and the time determinant in combination with the preposition na express the short period of time. Now, since both na and za are very common prepositions when talking about time, it's important to know how to distinguish their meaning in phrases that could sound very similar to a foreigner. Let's look at these two examples. Putujem na 5 dana. Putujem za 5 dana. They sound almost identical, right? Well, they are not. The first phrase, putujem na 5 dana, means I will be away or on the road for exactly 5 days. The second phrase, putujem za 5 dana, means that the journey will begin after 5 days. So za here refers to the period of time that must pass before the journey can begin. So far so good? Let's see another pair of examples. Dolazim na 2 minuta. Dolazim za 2 minuta. The first example, dolazim na 2 minuta, means that the person will only be present for a short time, exactly 2 minutes. So if someone uses this phrase, that means they'll come, do something quickly, and leave after 2 minutes. On the other hand, the second phrase means that the person will arrive in 2 minutes. The preposition za here suggests the period of time that must pass before arrival. So the person will arrive after these 2 minutes pass. Now, you may wonder, but what's the difference between idem na odmor na 5 dana and putovao sam na odmor 5 dana? Why is there a preposition sometimes, and sometimes we don't use it at all when we talk about time? Actually, the answer is not complicated at all. We usually use prepositions with the verbs of motion, ići, dolaziti, putovati, and to express the action that is only temporary. So if we say idem na odmor na 5 dana, this means that we are going only for 5 days and then we are coming back home. Therefore, we know that this vacation is temporary. The same goes with some other verbs, like in this example. Ostavili smo decu kod babe I dede na nedelju dana. Again, we know the kids will stay at their grandparents only for a week and then they will be back home. On the other hand, the main focus of the examples without prepositions is on the duration of the action, and they answer the question how long. Koliko dugo. Putovao sam na odmor 5 dana. Unlike in examples with the preposition na, here I'm not emphasizing that the action is short or temporary. I'm just stating the fact about the length of time. It took 5 days to my vacation destination. So if we, for example, want to say that we are going to Niš for 2 weeks only and that we will be back after that, it's only logical that we can say idem u Niš na 2 nedelje. But we cannot say idem u Niš 2 nedelje, because now we know that this trip is temporary and that we are going home after 2 weeks. Now, let's compare a sentence with the preposition za and the sentence without any prepositions. Čitao sam knjigu 5 sati. Pročitao sam knjigu za 5 sati. The difference here is tied to the verbal aspect. In the first sentence, čitao sam knjigu 5 sati, we use an imperfective verb čitati. We use this verb to express an unfinished action, so we don't know whether the person finished reading the book or not. We only know that the person has been reading the book for 5 hours. But in the second sentence, pročitao sam knjigu za 5 sati, the verb pročitati, which is a perfective verb, indicates that the action has been completed. We spoke about the verbal aspect in the context of the verbs of motion, and you can watch that video for additional explanation on verbal aspect in Serbian. So, let's sum up. With the preposition na in the context of time, we can measure the duration of the action and express actions that are temporary. Za indicates the period after which the action will happen, or the length of a completed action. And this second meaning, when it expresses the length of a completed action, we use only perfective verbs. You can express duration without these two prepositions and only with time determinants, but only if the focus is on the duration itself. And that's a wrap on the most common time phrases in Serbian. While they might all sound similar and you thought that small words like na and za can't change the meaning of the sentence that much, now you know better. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this lesson. And of course, subscribe to our channel for more useful lessons in the Serbian language. Ćao I vidimo se!